I was taking a look yesterday at Donald Trump's latest FEC filing for campaign spending. Very exciting reading. I'll tell you, I recommend you look at it. Riveting, really. It's like a John Le Carre novel. And it's not just being president that has been really profitable for Donald Trump and his family. Merely running for president is funneling tons of cash into Donald Trump's pocket and that of his family and his business partners, because Donald Trump's campaign rents Donald Trump's Trump Tower and other spaces regularly. Donald Trump's campaign buys food from Donald Trump's restaurants and from his hotels. If you look at the Schedule B in Donald Trump's recent FEC filings, as I did yesterday, you will find charges including $75,000 for renting out a space at Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, $6,000 restaurant bills. You can get a lot of turtle soup and frog legs for $6,000. The Trump campaign regularly cutting checks to Trump Plaza, Trump hotels, Trump restaurants, the Trump Hotel Collection. It is very profitable for Donald Trump's family, not even to have Trump as president, which is very profitable, just for Trump to run for president. It is extremely lucrative, and it is every aspect of it that is profitable. Foreign leaders come to the United States. They go to D.C. They stay at Trump's D.C. hotel, specifically to curry favor with Donald Trump, to ingratiate themselves with Donald Trump. His campaign makes him money by renting out his venues for events. His brother, companies in which his brother holds an ownership stake, have received a ton of government contracts since Donald Trump became president. A lot of people don't even know Trump has a brother who's alive. A lot of people know about Trump's brother who tragically died by suicide. They don't know Trump has a brother still alive, making tons of money off of government contracts. And what do you think his followers would say if you went to them and said, hey, your donations that you made to Trump, they're going back into Trump's pocket when his campaign pays to rent out his Trump Tower ballroom and orders food at Trump's restaurants? I know what they would say. They would say, that's great. They would say, every politician does this. They're all corrupt. I would rather the money go to Trump's businesses rather than some sissy liberal restaurant at a hipster hotel or something like that. So nothing will happen. Things will continue. Donald Trump will continue to line his pockets and those of his family by virtue of being president, and there won't even be the mere possibility of holding him accountable. So should we even do these stories anymore? That's my question to you. We know there will be no consequences to Donald Trump for this. The emoluments clause violations that have been committed by Donald Trump are numerous. We could talk about, Ivanka previously sitting in for the Secretary of State. We could talk about Jared Kushner and all of these completely immoral connections of unelected people who supposedly weren't going to be involved in politics, being involved in politics at the high level. We can say, had Democrats brought impeachment along emolument lines, it would be a far more open and shut case than the way that Trump's lawyers have been able to muddle up and muddy up the case related to Ukraine and abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. We've had those conversations. We can continue to have them. I can continue to pull FEC reports of Trump just funneling money right back into his own pockets through his campaign donors. But should I do it in the sense that there aren't going to be consequences? I want to hear from you. Let me know whether you think these stories should continue to be covered on the David Pakman Show. I know that the David Pakman Show audience is full of curious and creative people who love learning new things and bettering themselves. And that's why I'm so excited to tell you about one of our sponsors, Skillshare, the vibrant online learning community that offers thousands of classes on almost any topic you can imagine. And you'll get full access to the entire library of classes for 2 entire months free when you go to davidpakman.com/skill. All of the classes are taught by experts in their fields. They've got classes on drawing, painting, photography, video editing, web design, bookkeeping, marketing, personal productivity. Doesn't even scratch the surface. I recently took a class about photography. If anybody follows me on Instagram, you know that my photography skills leave much to be desired. And it was great. I got so much out of it. And hopefully you will see the fruits of me taking that class reflected in my Instagram pictures sooner than later. They have classes for every skill level, whether you're wanting to get better at something you already have experience with, you want to learn something totally new to you. You set your own pace, Classes are usually less than an hour long. They're divided up into bite-sized segments so you can easily fit them into your schedule. Make 2020 a year where you explore new skills, deepen existing passions, get lost in creativity. Skillshare really makes it easier than ever. Skillshare memberships are less than $10 a month, and that gives you access to the thousands of classes they offer. But everybody in the David Pakman Show audience gets a Skillshare membership totally free for 2 whole months. Just go to davidpakman.com/skill. That's davidpakman.com/SKILL.